Now update 4 recently came out, and with the update came some very contentious changes to the game. The change I will be handling in this video is the NPCs blocking. Prior to update 4, NPCs would only perfect block your moves occasionally. Nobody had complications regarding this, but post update 4, NPCs started to block in general. Now how this functions is if an NPC is inside your radius and see you using any kind of move, or animation if you will, they will start blocking. I reckon the reasoning behind this change was to add a slight difficulty to Grand Peace Online to repudiate its bandit beating nature, which making NPCs block wouldn't get rid of and further cause even more problems, and thus caused exasperation in the community. So what exactly is the underlying truth behind these complaints? First of all, the radius I mentioned earlier is too big. This means NPCs will start blocking if they see you use a move from 20,000 pixels away. This greatly affects dungeons, as holding a move midair will trigger the AI, making them block, which means it will take ages for them to get even close to you, so the goal of trying to gather the NPCs up is unachievable. While it is not impossible to still solo dungeons with fruits with a lot of moves which you can hold in midair, which are predominantly legendary fruits, this is a huge turnoff to players with rare or common fruits trying to farm dungeons. Now getting your first legendary fruit was already hard. This change made it even harder for new players to get them. Secondly, this change actually worsened the bandit beating aspect of the game. Not only was it already exhausting to grind fruits and end up with the Suke, now that NPCs block, as I mentioned, they'll be blocking from 20,000 pixels away, meaning you can't reliably hold your move midair to kill the NPCs all at once, so it will be even more tedious to grind dungeons. Third, NPCs blocking is quite literally useless. When we're on the topic of dungeon NPCs, say you have Pika and do 100 with your Pika kick. Your Pika kick will actually block break the dungeon NPC. This means they'll be block broken with a non-block breaking move. So quite literally, making the NPCs block is the same as making the NPCs do nothing other than just slowing them down. Why does it matter when they get block broken with any move because of their low defense? And to make matters worse, on top of all these problems, the NPCs don't stop blocking until you use your move. Why? No one evidently wanted this. So if you are watching this, which you probably aren't, read the suggestions channel. Now with me ranting out of the way, I'll teach you guys a way to bypass it. However, the requirements are for you to have a fruit, which has a lot of moves that can be held midair, which in my case is Pika. What this method is abusing is the fact that the NPCs actually don't constantly check if you have a move active. This means you have a window to use a move, and the NPCs won't block. So in a dungeon, Geppo as you would normally, and you'd see the NPCs in your radius holding block, obviously. But after you Geppo, before you hold down a move, wait until they unblock, which is about a split second or so. As soon as you see them unblocking, hold down your move, and you will notice they won't block anymore. One problem with this method is that the NPCs outside of your original radius will start blocking. Also, another good method to bypass this is for you to revert